What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday, November the 13th, and the grind continues. We got 4 games on today's schedule. Interesting matchups. We're going to break each game down separately, try to find an edge, and pick some winners. Something that we do every single day on this channel. Before we get started, guys, hit that like button, support your guy right here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I would really appreciate the support. And now, with all that out of the way, let's jump right into today's action and take a look at the 4-game schedule for tonight. Let's go. Up first, we got the New York Knicks in Boston taking on the Celtics. Celtics currently 9-point home favorites. I had them favored by 7 points. The Knicks 5-4 on the season, currently on a 3-game winning streak. Played very well in their previous 3 games, all 3 at Madison Square Garden. Finally starting to put the ball in the basket, scoring a lot of points. More specifically, in their last couple against the Spurs, scored 126. Last night against the Charlotte Hornets, scored 129. I know both those teams aren't real defensive powerhouses, but the Knicks have been getting the job done. The Knicks on the injury report, nothing to report from yesterday. Everyone that played should be expected to play tonight. The Celtics 7-2 on the season, second place in the Eastern Conference. After their short little 2-game losing streak, the team bounced back once they got back home, currently on a 2-game winning streak. Beat the Brooklyn Nets by 14, and in the previous game beat the Raptors by 23 comfortably. The Celtics also playing well, also team on an uptrend. Both teams looking good. Now, guys, in this game, 9 points, obviously a tad high. I had the 7-point estimate, knowing that the Knicks were on the second night of a back-to-back. In this game, guys, this is going to be a contrarian strategy bet for me. Obviously, I think the Knicks are going to draw a lot of love with the +9. Like I said, on a 3-game winning streak, playing well. Very good on defense. Best defense in the league along with the Minnesota Timberwolves. But I'm going to take the Celtics here with the -9. This is going to be my pick in this game. Up next, we got the Washington Wizards, a.k.a. the Circus, up in Toronto for a performance, taking on the Raptors. The Raptors currently 9.5-point home favorites. I had them favored by 8.5. The Wizards, 2-7 so far on the season, have dropped 4 out of their last 5 games. The recent form, last 5. They were in action last night in Brooklyn. Were actually pretty competitive there, guys. Midway through the 4th quarter, they actually got up by like 4 or 5 points. Looked like they were going to pull off the upset. But a collapse in the last few minutes saw the Brooklyn Nets not only win the game, but they also won by 8, covered the 7.5-point point spread. I feel for you guys that had the Wizards yesterday with the +7.5. But like I said plenty of times, guys, with the Wizards, you just never know what you're going to get. 2-7 on the year for Washington, obviously not performing well. The Raptors, they are currently 4-5 on the year, 1 game below 500. They're coming back from a 4-game road trip, a very tough road trip against some tough opposition. They had the Sixers, the Mavs, and the Celtics. Also the Spurs. They beat the Spurs and Dallas 2-2. They split the road trip. Pretty good, I would say, for the Raptors back home in this ball game. Like I've talked about plenty of times, guys, the first game back from a trip can be a little tough. It might take a little bit of time for the Raptors to get into the mix of things. The Washington Wizards, of course, on the second night of back-to-back, they might have found a little bit of rhythm. What I'm going to do in this game, guys, I'm going to take Washington here with the +5.5 in the first half. I do expect them to come out strong. Now, at the end of the game, guys, anything can happen. This is Washington. They could win. They could get blown out. Capable of doing pretty much anything. My bet in this game, Washington +5.5 in the first half. Up next, we got the Chicago Bulls in Milwaukee taking on the Bucks. The Bucks currently 8.5-point home favorites. I had them favored by 7.5 points. The Bulls 4-6 so far on the season, 2 games below 500. In their last 5, they are 2-3. You could say they are downtrending just a bit. The Bulls were in action last night at home against the Detroit Pistons, a game where they started off very slow, actually got down by double digits early on, had a big second quarter, managed to level the game up, took control of it, ended up winning comfortably at the end by 11. Alex Caruso did not play in last night's game. He's listed as questionable for tonight. He's got a bit of a toe injury. An important player for Chicago, guys. A lot of energy is pretty much, that's his job for the team, to provide that little energy to pick them up when things are not going well. So we got to monitor his status for tonight. The Bucks, they are currently 5-4 on the season, dropped to 8th in the East. 2-game losing streak from Milwaukee, 2 games that Damian Lillard did not play in. The losses in Indiana and Orlando. In Indiana, lost by a bucket. The last game against Orlando ended up losing by 15. Pretty much a wire-to-wire loss for the Bucks in that game. Lillard is expected to play tonight. He is listed as probable. So the reason for this line that is a little bit higher than my 7.5 point estimate. Now, guys, the Bucks still, until they show us something, until they give us the signs that they have put things together and are ready to start getting on a roll, we're going to keep fading them. Even though Chicago on the second night of a back-to-back, I'm going to take them here with the plus 8.5. Even though, guys, I do expect closer towards game time, I think this line will probably get bumped up maybe to a 9 and 9.5. I think we can get a better number. But as of now, the number is plus 8.5. And for the video's sake, this is what I'm going to put on the screen. Chicago plus 8.5, my pick in this game. And in our last game of the night, we got the Cleveland Cavs in Sacramento taking on the Kings. The Cavs currently 2.5 point road favorites. I also had them favored by 2.5. Cleveland 4-5 to start their year, 1 game below 500. But guys, the Cavs are not a sub 500 ball club. Like we've talked about plenty of times, they did have some significant injuries to start the year. They have had their group together now for about 4 games. They have split those 4 games that they've been together, 2-2. They beat the Warriors twice, won the season series. Very impressive, and I don't think too many teams are going to win the season series against Golden State. The Cavs, going forward, are definitely going to start winning more ball games. In this ball game, clean bill of health. Don't see anybody in the injury report. Everybody should be available. The Sacramento Kings, they are currently at 4-4, 500 on the year. They have been playing without De'Aaron Fox in their last 5. The superstar guard out with a sprained ankle. They were on a 3-game losing streak, but snapped out of that losing streak, have won their last 2 at home. They beat the Trailblazers. Tough game. They won that game by 3. And in their last one, a very impressive win against the Oklahoma City Thunder by 7. Actually held the Thunder to just 98 points in that game. For Sacramento, that do give up 114, almost 114 per game. Played very well on defense. Now in this ball game, guys, man, I do want to take the Cavs here with the minus 2.5, to be honest. But something is stopping me. The Sacramento Kings also playing very well. Showed some pretty good stuff against the Oklahoma City Thunder. It is tough to bet against them. What I am going to do in this game, guys, I'm going to take a bet actually on the total here. I'm going to go with the under. Like I said in the last game, they managed to hold the Oklahoma City Thunder to 98. Cleveland, in their last few ball games, they have been very high-scoring games. They are not this type of team. They are more defensive-oriented. I think this game could be could have a little slower pace than a lot of people expect. I'm going to go with the under here, 221.5. And I am leaning on a play with Cleveland, but something just stopping me as of now. I'm not there just yet. I'm going to take a play here on the total under 221.5. And this is what I got for you guys today on this Monday, November the 13th, 4-game schedule. We broke each one of the games down, did our analysis, got our picks, and we are ready to roll. Now, as usual, guys, about an hour before tip-off, I will be back with my best bet of the day. I will be posting it down as a pinned comment. Also on my Twitter, at X, at Pick'emNBABets. If you guys got Twitter, give me a follow over there. I post everything there as well. Like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, I would appreciate all the support, and I do appreciate all you guys that follow me and tune into my videos every single day. Shout out to all you guys. Thanks for following. And that is going to be a wrap for me today, guys. Good luck on your plays, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good one. Later.